Welcome into another American River College Athletics broadcast brought to you by Stone's Radio Networks. Today we have,
the ARC baseball team taking on Sacramento City.
and now with the play-by-play, I give you Mark the Phantom Lowe.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. A very warm day out here at Beaver Field as we welcome you to the final game of the regular season, this one between the American River College Beavers and the Sacramento City College Panthers. And it is a beautiful day, which means the Bees are out in force. We kind of missed them from last year. We haven't seen the Bees in a while, but they said, you know something, it's going to be above 90. Let's go bedevil them in the press box. And so that's just some of the conditions that we are laboring under here today. But we are excited about this one between the Panthers and the Beavers. The Panthers 9-14 in conference play and 17-21 on the season. So this is a big game for them to get to double digits in conference play as they try to make their way into that field for the NorCal playoffs, which will start next weekend. The same with softball as well. Not finding out yet whether the American River College Beavers are in that field. We certainly believe that they will be, and that will take place next weekend. But right now we're finishing up the regular season. Matt Kelly is on the mound for the Beavers. Matt is a sophomore out of Oak Hills. He's just a 9 1/3 innings pitched for the Beavers this year. He has a 0-0 record, a 1.93 ERA, and 8 strikeouts and 3 walks over that 9 1/3 innings. So he'll be taking on the Sac City Panthers, a very formidable batting crew for the Panthers. They will start off today with Aiden Isola, the designated hitter, batting first. Then Stephen Foley, the left fielder, bats second. Mateo Lake is in right field. He will bat third. Those are the first 3 here in the top of the first. DJ Scott's the cleanup hitter. He bats fourth. The center fielder, Elijah Rogowski, the shortstop, hitting fifth. JT Maloney is at second base, batting sixth. Levi Sotomayor, the first baseman, hit seventh. Tyler Hamilton, third baseman, will hit eighth. And Nolan Berry is the catcher, and he is batting ninth for the Panthers today. Gage Eastlick on the mound for Sac City. Gage is a right-handed pitcher out of Whitney High School, a sophomore, so he'll be on the mound opposing Matt Kelly as we get going here today. Mark the Phantom Lowe with you. Stones McCoy to my left doing all the hard work, as he always does. The final game of the American River College sports schedule for 2022/2023 is about 8 months ago. We started with some soccer and made our way through half dozen various sports, and now we're finishing up here at Beaver Field. So here's Isola, the first hitter, hitting at 317 for the season. Aiden takes in there for a strike on 1. Sophomore out of Granite Bay High School. 1 for 9 in this series with an RBI. Right-handed hitter, slightly open stance against Matt Kelly, who goes from the stretch. Right-hander against right-hander. Lined into right center field, moving over right fielder Diaz, where reaches up and makes the catch. So Aiden Isola, if I remember correctly, flied to right field 4 times in the first game of the series on Tuesday, and just flied to right field again, sliced it out there to Jonas Diaz, and Isola is out, first out of the inning. Here's Stephen Foley, the left fielder. 336 for Stephen Foley, 4 for 9 in the series. Kelly with the first pitch is outside for a ball. Stephen, a sophomore from St. Patrick St. Vincent down in Vallejo, was 4 for 9 with a run batted in the 2 games. First game was the Panthers 7-5. Then they won yesterday's affair 16-1 over at Sac City. That's popped up. Short center field coming on is Dominic Ott. He is there and makes the catch in medium deep center field, and Foley is retired. So 2 outs quickly for the Panthers here in the top of the first inning. It's sophomore day here at Beaver Field, and Mateo Lake is a sophomore, a right fielder out of Rio Americano. 304 for Mateo Lake, 3 home runs and 25 runs batted in. 2 for 9 with an RBI in this series. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Matt Kelly. Just getting started here from Beaver Field. Good crowd settling in for sophomore day. That's line down the left field line and out of play. Jonas Diaz, as we mentioned, in right field. Dominic Ott is out in center field. Marcus Babada in left field. Julian Blackwell playing third base. David Centeno at shortstop. Ryland Druck second base. Willie Tatum down at first. Dylan Herford the catcher. And Matt Kelly on the hill. That is inside Lake, and he was hit by a pitch. He turned away from it, but it clipped him on the elbow, so he'll go down to first base. So Lake is on, and the dangerous DJ Scott comes to the plate. Scott hitting .310, but he has 9 home runs, 4th in the conference, 42 runs batted in. Had a home run in yesterday's win for the Panthers. 3 for 7 with a couple of RBIs and that home run in this series. GJ, a sophomore from Rodriguez High down in Fairfield, takes high for a ball. We discovered they are the Mustangs the other day. Stones and I both approved of that. We approve of most mascots, really. It's the mascots that you don't hear anymore that we really are. Because I was the Spartans when I was in high school. Nobody's the Spartans anymore. Breaking ball, and that's going to hit DJ Scott. So 2 quick outs and then 2 quick hit by pitches for the Panthers, and that'll bring up Elijah Rogowski, the shortstop. He's out of Rio Americano as well, the sophomore, batting at .292 on the year. 4 for 8 in the series, though, with a couple of runs batted in. 14 runs batted in for the season. He does have a home run, and he's up here with 2 on and 2 out in the top of the first. Isola flied to center, then Isola flied to right, fully flied to center, and then Lake and Scott both hit by pitches. And here's Rogowski. First pitch is in there for a strike from Matt Kelly. Matt just 9 1/3 innings on the season before this one. The sophomore from Oak Hills getting the start for Coach Doug Jumale in this one. Second start of the year for Matt Kelly. A 1.93 ERA in those 9 1/3 innings. That's line to right field. Dias comes in. He's going to try to diving catch. Did he make it? Yes, he did. What a fine diving catch by Jonas Dias in right field, saving a run and getting the Beavers out of the inning. No runs, no hits. 2 left. We go to the bottom of the first. Panthers, nothing. Beavers coming to bat.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers. American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the first, Beavers coming to bat against the right-hander Gage Eastlick, a sophomore from Whitney High School. Gage is 2-1 on the year, a very respectable 2.48 ERA, and an even better strikeout-to-walk ratio, 27 strikeouts and just 6 bases on balls in 40 innings pitched for the right-hander. He will face Dominic Ott, Ryland Druck, and Julian Blackwell, the first 3 hitters for the Beavers. Dominic Ott, 272, a home run, 11 batted in, and he is the family that, if you listened before, his is the family with the twins, and they got, one's a Giants fan, one's a Dodger fan. They got different blankets for them. It's incredible. It's an incredible story. Swung on and missed. 0-1. Dad got to name one of the kids. Mom had to name the other. Then she said, this one has to be. Stones was listening, acting like he understood the story. I did not. Fouled back. 0-2. Christy was explaining it to us, and it made absolutely perfect sense when she said it. Now I have no idea what she was talking about. Breaking balls outside. And Stone's like nodding, yeah. Oh, boy. He's trying to explain it to me now. It just, first of all, it's off air, so it doesn't matter. 1-2 pitch hit right at the dugout of the Beavers. And Dominic's up there still. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So they both named a kid, and the one they didn't name, they got to say what team they wanted. Oh, my gosh. Line drive. Past the third baseman into left field for a base hit. Hamilton made the stab at it, but Dominic Ott has himself a base hit. And he is on to start the bottom of the first hit of the ball game. A line drive on one hop that Hamilton tried for, couldn't get it. And that'll bring up Rylan Druck. Hamilton at third base. Elijah Rogowski is the second baseman, or the shortstop. JT Maloney at second. Levi Sotomayor at first. Nolan Berry behind the plate. Foley, Scott, and Lake in the outfield. For the Panthers, who were trying to finish their conference season at 10-14, and their season at 18-21, and hopefully they can find their way into the NorCal playoffs. Druck waits for the pitch. It is in there for a strike on one. Rylan, 232 on the year. He's driven in 11, including one in this series. He is 3 for 8. The freshman out of Roseville. I didn't see Grandma out here today, but I'm sure Stones has already had a conversation with her. That's hit high up in the air toward right field. Lake comes in medium deep right field. He's got it for the first out. So Druck is retired on a fly ball to Mateo Lake out in right field. One out, and here's Julian Blackwell. Blackwell playing third base today. For the Beavers, the sophomore from Eastside High in Antelope Valley. It's at 234. 8 runs batted in for Julian, who's 2 for 8 in this series. Gives a high five to Nolan Berry behind the plate. Actually, kind of a lower 5. Wouldn't have been high 5. That would have been kind of showy. There's a breaking ball, just misses. 1 ball and no strikes on Julian Blackwell. Tyler Moore is the DH today, and he is on deck number 40. Throw over to first base. Dominic Ott is back. One ball, no strikes on Blackwell. There goes the runner. The throw down to second base by Berry, and it is in time, and Ott is tagged out. Oh, good pitch to throw for Nolan Berry. He gunned it right down to second base. Maloney applies the tag. 2 outs now for the Beavers. The pitch was called a strike, I believe, so it is now 1 ball and 1 strike on Julian Blackwell. Julian hits a ground ball out to shortstop. Rogowski on a big hop. Guns it across the diamond for the third out. So no runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the second. Sac City, nothing. AR, nothing.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the second from Beaver Field on the campus of American River College in lovely Sacramento, California. Mark the Phantom Low here with Stones McCoy to my left doing all the cameras. He's got 3 cameras. He took a camera from softball and moved it into baseball. And my life is just a shambles. But you get 3 good camera angles, so there you go. And he promises me, well, it'll be better because I got to do this, I got to do that. Okay. Anyway, JT Maloney is going to start us off in the second inning. Nah, he does the best job, does Stones McCoy. Matt Kelly's delivery, line drive over the shortstop's head into left field. That's a base hit for JT Maloney. Picked up by Marcus Babada out there, but Maloney a solid single. He was 3 for 9 in this series coming in, batting at .287. First hit of the game for the Panthers, and here's Levi Sotomayor. Levi hitting at .267, 3 for 9 with a couple of runs batted in this series. and 21 runs batted in on the season. He does have a home run as he settles in on the left side. First pitch is in there for a strike. Levi, a freshman from Galena High School. That is in Reno, Nevada. And they are the Galena Grizzlies, I believe we found out, which I did approve of. Oh, one pitch. Levi swings and misses. Matt took something off that one. I think I got to watch more nature documentaries and find more names of animals to get new mascots. We need some new mascots. 0-2 on Sotomayor. Nobody out here in the second. Tyler Hamilton, the number 8 hitter, is on deck. 0-2 from Kelly. In the dirt. Nice stop. There goes the runner. Delayed steal. The throw's going to be in time and gets him. No slide at second base by Maloney. And the tag applied by David Centeno and the first out recorded by the Beavers. Looked like kind of a delayed steal. Almost thought the ball got away from Dylan Herforth, but he made a really nice stop. Got it to second base. Looked like it might be a little late, but no slide. And Centeno was able to slap the tag on for the out. 1-2 pitch now. Hit right back up the middle, snagged by Kelly. He runs 2/3 of the way over, underhands it. I think that's the rule. If they hit a ground to the pitcher, they have to run 2/3 of the way to first and then make an underhand toss. And that one was not one of the great underhand tosses of all time, but it was a tremendous stab by Matt Kelly. Sotomayor is retired 1-3, and with 2 outs, here's Tyler Hamilton. 173 on the season. 2 home runs, though, for Tyler Hamilton, and 4 for 8 in this series as well, with a couple of runs batted in. Right-handed hitting third baseman. Swings and fouls that one over by the dugout on the third base side of the Beavers, so it's 0-1 on Tyler Hamilton. Freshman from Arroyo Grande, which I don't think we looked up last time. So I'll probably have to get on that this time. 0-1 pitch is hit out towards second base. Druck waits for it, handles it to first for the out. Nice job by Matt Kelly. Nice job by the defense. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Panthers nothing, Beavers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Moving on to the bottom of the second here at Beaver Field with Sac City and American River. It'll be Tyler Moore, then Jonas Diaz and Willie Tatum for the Beavers against Gage Eastlick, who gave up a single in the first inning to Dominic Ott, but then Ott was cut down trying to steal. A fly out and a ground out later, and we were into the second inning. Beavers shut down the Panthers, also throwing out an attempted steal, and here we are with Tyler Moore. Tyler only 1 for 6 on the season, taking over as the DH today. Was, I believe, the starting pitcher yesterday. Freshman out of Del Campo settles in here from the right side against Gage Eastlick. First pitch is outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Tyler Moore. Starting off the bottom of the second. Jonas Diaz on deck. Jonas also already with a tremendous diving catch or sliding catch earlier in the game. That is in there for a strike. 1-1 on Tyler Moore. That one is outside, gets all the way back to the screen past Nolan Berry. And Eastlick goes down to 1 knee there. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Beavers trying to grab their second conference win. The first one, the only one, is over Modesto. I believe that game was 13-2 here at Beaver Field earlier in the season. Beavers would like nothing better than end the whole all on another win. That ball's fouled by Tyler Moore on sophomore day out here. Sophomores like Dominic Ott and Willie Tatum, Julian Blackwell, Christian Lucero, Matt Kelly, today's starting pitcher. Miles Meyer, also a sophomore. So a lot of sophomores saying goodbye to the program today. Here's a pitch to Tyler Moore. It's it sharply toward right field, into right field for a base hit. So Tyler Moore took that one past a diving J.T. Maloney, got it out to right field. Mateo Lake picks it up and returned it to the infield, but that's the second hit of the day for the Beavers, and it'll bring up Jonas Diaz. I don't usually editorialize from up here, Stones, but I think you'll agree with me when I say if I had my druthers, I don't think the Beavers should try to steal. I'm just saying. Maybe that's controversial. Maybe I'm one of those shock jocks now. Diaz to the plate. Jonas hitting 179, 8 runs batted in, 1 for 6 in the series with the run batted in. The right fielder, the freshman, shows bunt, bunts at it, misses it, throw down to first base, scooped up by Sotomayor. The tag a little bit too late on Tyler Moore. Jonas, a freshman from Folsom, showed some excellent defensive prowess out in right field the last couple of games. Couple of diving catches. Shows bunt again. The throw, though, is over to first base from Gage Eastlick. And Stones is all excited because that's 2 disengagements. That's why you could understand the story about the Dodgers and the Giants babies, because you understand the new rules. Diaz picks it up. Nice block back there by Nolan Berry. That ball was in the dirt. Easily could have got by him, and he got in front of it, stopped it. And so 1 ball, 1 strike count on Jonas Diaz. I tell you, when people wiggle their fingers like that doing those engagements, it reminds me of that Everything Anywhere All at Once when they have the hot dog fingers. And I know you've never seen it, but it's still funny. Diaz pulls it back, and that one is just a little bit outside. So he showed bunt, pulled it back, and Eastlick missed outside. As we talked about, Gage has only walked 6 batters through the first 40 innings, make that 41 now that he's thrown. So a 2-1 count, not all that common. Pitch clock violation on the batter. And now we're going to have a talk about that as Stones pop up in here, because I think, is it the same as the major league? You got to get within 8 seconds and be ready for the pitch?
Yeah, so you've got runner on, you got 20 seconds. You have to be in the box with your eyes up facing the pitcher with 8 seconds or more on the clock.
Okay.
So that's what the second base umpire is calling. In his judgment, I don't see a stopwatch on his hand, so in his judgment,
he's figuring
he's saying that took too much time.
Yeah, and it's really kind of like, I understand what you're trying to do when you're talking to the umpire, but really there's nothing you can do about it, because it's a rule they're enforcing. The way they enforce it, that's it.
That's
right?
correct.
Okay, so there you go.
There's nothing
all right.
you can do.
Thank you, sir. You can go back and wave your fingers around and do all that stuff now. So it's 2-2. Breaking ball inside for a ball. So it is 3-2. Because I thought it was so he was assessed a strike for that violation. So, yeah. So when he took that pitch inside, that was a pretty good take. 3-2 pitch. That is ball 4. But Diaz walks on a couple of pretty close pitches from Gage Eastlick. So first and second now for the Beavers and nobody out. And here's Willie Tatum, the first baseman. Willie had 159 on the season with 5 runs batted in. 0 for 5 in this, or 0 for 4 in this one. He was 0 for 3 in the first game and then had a pinch hitting appearance yesterday. So 0 for 4 as he gives a knuck. I thought he gave knucks to the umpire. So, this is the last game, you can tell. There's crazy stuff going on. People are naming their babies whatever they want. Dodger, Giant. I know there's probably a baby named Dodger somewhere. Willie shows bunts at it and fouls it. I don't think you'd call your baby Giant, but I could see somebody calling their baby Dodger. Dodger Duncan. Yes, there would probably be. I think you could call Child Protection Services and you could make it a report anyway. It may not get anywhere. 0-1 now. Willie shows bunt again. Here's Eastlick's pitch. Willie bunts it, but it's fouled again behind the catcher. Back to the screen, so it's 0-2. David Centeno, number 7 hitter on deck, today's shortstop. Dylan Herforth is batting 8th, and Marcus Babada is hitting 9th. But right now it's about Willie Tatum, who's up here with 2 on and nobody out in the Beaver second. Beautiful day for baseball. Got a little breeze coming through, which is beautiful. And the Bees have gone somewhere else, and I don't want to jinx it. Oh, actually they are right there. So just point them out to me. Walk out, and that's going to hit him on the back. It was a breaking ball that was just so far off the target that Willie just stayed there and let it hit him in the back. So the bases are now loaded. A walk and a hit batter, which is not what Gage Islick has done all season long. Bases loaded, nobody out, and David Centeno coming up to the plate. The freshman out of Roseville batting .210 with 6 RBIs. Not 6 home runs, 6 runs batted in, 1 for 7 in the series so far. He's got the bases loaded and nobody out here in the second. Eastlick's first pitch is in there for a strike. Tyler Hamilton is on the infield grass at third. Same with Levi Sotomayor over at first, as they will come home on a ground ball right to him. Tatum, Diaz, and Moore, the 3 runners on the bases. David takes outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nolan Berry behind the plate for the Panthers, who've won the first 2 games of this series. 7-5 on Tuesday, 16-1 yesterday. 1 ball, 1 strike on David Centeno. Swing and a miss. Took something off that one. 1 and 2. David takes big cuts up there. Trying to connect here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dylan Herforth, the catcher, on deck. We're in the bottom of the second. No scores so far. Beavers threatening. Hit ground ball back to second base. It hops up on the second baseman to short for 1 and hold it there. It's an RBI fielder's choice for David Centeno, and the Beavers lead this one 1-0 as Tyler Moore comes across the plate. Diaz moves over to third base. It was a tough play by Maloney. He was waiting for it, and then it took a big hop on him at the end. He got the force play on Willie Tatum. It's a fielder's choice. It's a RBI for David Centeno, his 7th. And here's Dylan Herforth, the catcher out of El Camino High School, looking for his first hit of the season here. He settles in with runners at first and third and 1 out now, and a run across for ARC. Big breaking ball is in there for a strike. 0-1, Marcus Babada to follow in the number 9 spot. So David Centeno got to a 2-strike count, put the bat on the ball, and legged it out for a fielder's choice and a run batted in. Dylan Herforth swings and misses at a ball down low in the dirt, blocked by Berry, so it's quickly 0-2 on Dylan. People still kind of filing in here, and a lot of them right beneath us here in the press box area. Here's the 0-2. Chopper back to the pitcher. Runner's going from third to throw. They're going to get the runner in a run down. That's Diaz. He's getting run back, and the tag is applied. He is out at third base. At first is Herforth, and at second is now Centeno. It's a fielder's choice. First and second, but now 2 outs as Diaz is thrown out. 1 to 2 to 5. So we have first and second, but now 2 outs as the Beavers can't get the run to score there as Diaz took off on contact. It was a big chopper, but it got to Eastlick a little bit too quickly for the Beavers' taste. Here's Babada. Left-handed hitter takes down low for a ball. 149 for Marcus, the freshman out of St. Mary's. Has an RBI on the season, 1 for 7 in this series. Playing left field. Dominic Ott, leadoff man, is on deck, but right now it's about Marcus Babada. Hits that one up and out of play behind us. Good cut by Marcus. Wearing number 35. Beavers wearing the red jerseys, white pants today. The Panthers, I don't want to get negative, but they're wearing yellowish jerseys. Maroon socks, gray pants. I got no problem with that, but it's this particular color of yellow. It's not to my liking. And I have nothing but respect for the Panther program. Let me make that clear. Pirate yellow. Okay, all right, I'll go with that. I wish we would get shipwrecked then, to be honest. 2-1. Babot hits it sharply out toward shortstop. Rogowski he's going to step on second himself for the fielder's choice. So 1 run, 1 hit. They left a couple. We go to the top of the third. It's the Beavers 1 and the Panthers nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Network.
Moving along into the top of the third, Beavers lead at 1-0, and our thanks again for the, well, I don't know how many times we've said it, but Super Taco, Grateful Bread, thanks for being sponsors for the ARC YouTube channel as we bring you baseball, softball, soccer, water polo, football, basketball, and volleyball. And XTG Media as well. I always have to say them. XTGmedia.com for all your media needs. And here's Nolan Berry to start off the top of the third. Berry hitting at .214 on the season. A home run and 18 runs batted in. That home run was on Tuesday as he is 3 for 7 with 4 runs batted in the 2-game series so far. Batting out of the number 9 spot, the freshman out of Rio Americano. Kelly's pitch sails inside for a ball. So 1 ball and no strikes on Nolan Berry. He's followed by the top of the order. That's Aiden Isola and Stephen Foley. Kelly working in his 3rd inning now from the stretch. Fouled out of play by Nolan Berry. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kelly with 9 in the 3rd innings coming in on the season. A 1.93 ERA, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks over those 9 in the 3rd innings. So far he has no strikeouts. He has hit a couple of batters back in the 1st inning. 1-1 to Berry. Almost hit another one inside. 2-1 on Nolan Berry. Tatum, Druck, Centeno, and Blackwell the infield for the Beavers today. Babata, Ott, and Diaz in the outfield, and Dylan Herforth behind the plate. For Matt Kelly. 2-1 pitch, inside again, ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike, leading off here in the top of the third. Hope to get word about ARC softball team, whether they will be in the NorCal playoffs. They start next weekend. 3-1 pitches in the dirt, ball 4. So Berry goes down to first base to open up the 3rd inning and bring up Aiden Isola, who has done nothing more than fly out to right field. And I think we're having not only the manager, but it looks like the trainer is going to go out and talk to Matt Kelly. So we're going to step away for just a moment here as we get everything together. 1 out, 1 on, nobody out, top of the third. Beavers 1 and the Panthers nothing.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Just back for a second as we have Matt Kelly is going to have to exit the game, which we assume is because of an injury, maybe a blister or something like that. And looks like Jake Morrell is going to come in, and so we'll step away while Jake warms up. He has as much time as he needs since it was an injury replacement, so we will step away for just a second and let you know we are still in the top of the third with the Beavers leading 1-0.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
New pitcher is Jake Morrell for the Beavers. The left-hander out of Whitney, the freshman, comes on in relief of Matt Kelly, and we will endeavor to find out more about Matt. It looked like it might be a blister situation, but that is preliminary. There's the first pitch to Isola. It's in there for a strike. Aiden flat out to right field his first time up, so he is 0 for 1. Barry opened the inning by getting the base on balls. Isola fouls that one back to the screen. Jake Morrell making his 13th appearance of the season. He is 0 for 1. He's thrown 29 in the third innings, a 6.14 ERA, 21 strikeouts, 25 base on balls for the freshman, who was in here in the third inning with a 1-0 lead, and Barry at first. Sola takes just a little bit high, evens the count. Oh, that's just 2-2. So 1-2 on Aiden Isola. Barry leads again at first base. Morrell delivers. High fly ball right field, and that's Jonas Diaz again, standing in the same spot he is for Aiden just about every time, and makes the catch. Hit the ball well, but right at the right fielder in right center field. So he has been up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in the 2 games here, and he's flied to right field 6 times. And there's no shift or anything, just to let you know. Here's Stephen Foley. 336 on the season. He flied to center field his first time out in this game, out of St. Patrick St. Vincent down in Vallejo. There goes the runner. The ball is hit high up in the air to right field. Diaz is shading himself from the sun and can't see it, and it drops right next to him. And the throw will come in, but it'll be too late to get the runner going to second. So Barry played that right, went halfway as Jonas obviously trying to blot out the sun. Ball hit about 5 feet to his right. He picked it up right away, but Foley's going to have a sun single. Second hit of the game for the Beavers, for the Panthers, and that brings up Mateo Lake. So Foley down at first. At second is Nolan Barry, and here's Lake, who was hit by a pitch his first time up. The left-hand hitting right fielder out of Rio Americano, batting at .304 on the season. Morrell from the stretch. Here's the first pitch. Mateo bunts it back, and Morrell's got it. He's going to throw to third, but there's nobody there. Throws to first, and that's an excellent play by Jake Morrell. The ball was bunted between he and third baseman Julian Blackwell. Blackwell came off the bag to try to get the bunt. Jake Morrell got the ball, went to throw it to third. Nobody there, spun around and threw it down to first base and got Mateo Lake by half a step. So Lake will get credit for a sacrifice. It's a brilliant play by Jake Morrell, and with second and third, here's DJ Scott. DJ was also hit by a pitch his first time up. Has a home run in the series and 2 runs batted in and is hitting at a 310 clip. Right-handed hitter. Fouls it back off the mask of Dylan Herforth and off the screen. 0-1 on DJ Scott. 9 home runs, 42 runs batted in for DJ. Sophomore from Rodriguez High down in Fairfield. The umpire, with the ball ricocheting off Dylan Herforth's mask, is going to take his time walking a new ball out to the pitcher, give Dylan a time to get his bearings back. 2 on, 2 out here in the third. Jake Morrell's come on in relief of Matt Kelly, and he faces DJ Scott. Outfield straightaway and pretty deep for DJ. That's grounded down to third, handled by Blackwood. Now he drops it, picks it up, throws it across the diamond, pulls him off the bag, and he's safe at first base. So the throw looked like it pulled him off the bag. The tag was applied by Willie Tatum. The Beavers are claiming that his foot was on the bag all the time, and that's what Coach Jumla is going to go out and talk to the base umpire about. And he says they're going to talk about it with the home plate umpire. So Stones McCoy, my sense of it was that he pulled him off the bag, but I think it sounds like the Beavers are saying they didn't.
Well, no, actually, I believe that they're saying that the swipe tag actually got to him. So actually, when it pulled him off the bag, he's a right-handed first baseman, which makes him unique. But that does help when it comes off the bag to the home plate side. The swipe is right there.
Right.
So they're saying that he got him with the swipe tag. Unfortunately, it's been overruled.
Overruled, and they did confirm the original call, so it'll be an error. No RBI for Scott. He is at first base. Barry scores the tying run, and Foley is over at third. So still a rally going on for the Panthers right here. Here's Elijah Rogalski, the shortstop, fly to right his first time up on a diving play by Jonas Diaz, and an off-speed pitch is in for a strike. So a hard grounder to third, popped out of the glove of Blackwell. He picked it up and threw it across in plenty of time, but his throw pulled Tatum off the bag, and as you heard Stones explain, the swipe tag just a little bit too late. That's a foul ball by Rogalski and a nice breaking ball that Morrell threw to his back foot of the right-handed hitting shortstop, and it is 0-2. Beavers thought they had the play made. Umpire disagreed. He went and talked about it with his partner, and they, nope, he's safe, so that's the way it is. 0-2 pitch. That's inside. They're going to fake throw, and it gets away from the catcher. That's an interesting play. As taking off was Scott. Herforth came up to try to throw it. He was going to fake the throw, but the ball slipped out of his hands and went out to David Centeno at shortstop. The runner at third went, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to stay. And it turned out DJ Scott went back to first. So a lot of ideas on that play, and none of them actually came to fruition, so we're the same as we were when we started. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Breaking ball's hit high up in the air down the right field line. Diaz is on the move. He looks like he's there. Can't see it, and it's going to hit. 1 run will score. Here comes the second run. Relay throw comes in by the second baseman. The tag is not made. It's too late, and scoring is DJ Scott. So the second hit in the inning that is affected by the sun, that one a 2-run double. Rogalski drives them both in, and it's now 3-1. Foley scored and Scott scored. Looks like Ruben Contreras is going to come up to hit. The freshman from Intercom will come up to bat for Maloney. So Marcus Babada is going to go over to right field. Jonas Diaz is going to go from right field to left field. As 2 balls to right field. Lost in the sun in this inning. Contreras takes high for a ball. So Contreras at the plate. At second base is Rogalski, who gets credit for 2 runs batted in. Here's a 1-0. He shows butt and bunts at it, misses it. And it is 1 ball and 1 strike on Contreras. Ruben is 19 of 94 on the season, so it's a 2.02 average. He has 6 runs batted in for the freshman from Intercom. Batting for Maloney. That's fouled. to the dugout right there. So it is 0-2, or 1-2 on Contreras now. We're in number 51 for the Panthers. Interesting inning. We've had a lot of weird stuff going on in this inning. Fake throws and going back to the base and 2 Sun-aided hits. One-two pitch is a blooper out toward right field. That's in there for a base hit coming on Babada. Here comes the runner around third, and that is Rokowski. He will score as Contreras comes through with an RBI single. It's now 4-1 in favor of the Panthers. Didn't hit it hard, but hit in the perfect spot out into right field. Babada came up with it, no chance, as Rogowski, with 2 outs, is moving on contact, and he scored. And here's Levi Sotomayor. So 4 runs in the inning for the Panthers. Morrell goes over to first base, and Contreras is back. 2 Sun-aided hits, 1 error, and 1 bloop hit for the Panthers as they pull in with 4 runs. That's a fake bunt by Sotomayor there. Lets it go by. Down low. One ball and no strikes on Levi Sotomayor. Left-hander against left-hander here. He bunts it right back to the pitcher's mound. Morrell has it, spins, throws to first, and gets him by a step. So 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. The Panthers now lead this one 4-1.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the fourth, Beavers now looking up at a 4-1 score as the Panthers scored 4 runs in a mistake-filled inning there in the top of the third. And it'll be Dominic Ott, Ryland Druck, and Julian Blackwell for the Beavers here against Gage Eastlick, who now has that 4-1 lead. Dominic Ott singled his first time up, was later caught stealing, so he is 1 for 1. Sophomore out of Wood Creek High School. Center fielder settles in to face Gage Eastlick, who works from the stretch. First pitch is in there for a called strike. 0-1 on Dominic Ott with Ryland Druck to follow. Bottom of the third inning, 4-1 Panthers. Ball hit well to left field. Going back is Foley, still going back. Reaches up and makes the catch about 5 feet in front of the warning track in left field. So Dominic hit it well, but not well enough and not far enough. As Foley pulls it in for the first down, here's Ryland Druck, who flied to right his first time up. He is 0 for 1 in this one, the freshman out of Roseville. .232 coming in with 11 runs batted in for Ryland. Takes outside for a ball. Leads off with 1 ball and no strikes. Julian Blackwell to follow, the third baseman, in the number 3 spot for Coach Jabe today. That's high. 2-0 on Ryland Druck. Eastlick with just 6 base on balls on the season in 40 innings. Walked a batter and hit a batter in the second inning. Got out of it with just the single run allowed. 2-0 pitch. Misses the outside corner. Make it 3 balls and no strikes on Ryland Druck. The 3-1 pitch misses the inside corner, so a 4-pitch walk to Ryland Druck. Second issued by Eastlick. And here's Julian Blackwell, the third baseman. Julian grounded out to shortstop his first time up. 234 for the sophomore from Eastside High in Antelope Valley. Druck at first, 1 out here. Big breaking ball is in there for a strike. Nice pitch by Gage Islick, the sophomore from Whitney, with a 2-1 record, a 2.48 earned run average this season. Julian bunts at it down the third base line, but it is foul. It will be no balls and 2 strikes. A long run back by Julian Blackwell as he was down past first base on that one. Tyler Moore, the DH, on deck. 1 out here in the third, and Druck down at first base via the walk. Second issued by Eastlick. Blackwell fouls that one out of play to our right, over in that newly planted drought-resistant area over there. Yeah, I know what I'm doing here. There's always stuff going on here. You know, drought-resistant planting, wood chip mountain over there by the softball field. Lots of stuff happening. Blackwell hits it sharply. That's into right field for a base hit. Rounding second is Druck. He's going to try for third. Mateo Lake picks it up, throws to third. Beautiful throw, but it's just a little bit too late. And in is Ryland Druck. Blackwell goes to second alertly on the throw. Third hit for the Beavers. And second and third, and 1 out, and here's Tyler Moore, who singled his first time up. So well-placed ground ball by Julian Blackwell. Mateo Lake picked it up. Nice throw to third. Had a little bit too much air underneath it, and Druck running all the way, no hesitation. The head first slide got him in under the tag of Tyler Hamilton. So here's Tyler Moore. 2 for 7 on the season. He is today's DH, the freshman from Del Campo High School, the Cougars. He singled to right his first time up. Big breaking ball's a little bit too high. Jonas Diaz on deck. 1 ball and no strikes. Playing in at first is Sotomayor. Same with Hamilton at third. That's a line down the right field line. Slicing foul. Tyler Moore almost picked a perfect spot. He needed about 10 feet to the left. And he'd have himself an extra base hit with a couple of ribbies, but he'll have to come back and try it all again. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dominic Ott flew out deep to left to open the inning. Then a walk to Ryland Druck. A single by Julian Blackwell moved Druck to third, and Blackwell alertly taking second on the throw to put both runners in scoring position for Tyler Moore. Eastlick stretches, looks at both runners. They're going to throw back to second, and it's going to get away at second base, and here comes Druck in from third, and he will score. So the ball looked like it might have hit the runner Blackwell at second base. It bounced off toward shortstop, and Ryland Druck did not wait at all. He came in from third and scored. It'll have to be an error on the pitcher for the throw, and Druck immediately took off for the plate, and his speed actually really pulled that run out for the Beavers, going from first to third on the single and then scoring on the errant throw there. Moore takes outside for a ball. So now 4-2 in favor of the Panthers. The Beavers with Blackwell out at second base. A 2-1 count on Tyler Moore. That's inside for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike. On Tyler Moore, today's DH for Coach Jay and the Beavers, finishing up the 2023 campaign. 3-1 pitch coming from Eastlick. Moore hits a sharp grounder over to first base. Sotomayor has it on a nice play. He tries to beat Moore to first. He does, and here comes the runner. He's going to try to score. Blackwell dives head first. He is safe at home. What a play, Julian Blackwell. What a play, Julian Blackwell. He never stopped coming from second base, and then Sotomayor had to go take the play himself at first. Julian came in, rounded third, and came all the way in and barely beat the throw, and another run scores for the Beavers. So more grounds out. He's going to have to be given an RBI on that one as Blackwell kept on going on the hit. There was no misplay. It's just Sotomayor was a little too far off first to toss it to the pitcher, so he had to take it himself, barely beat Tyler Moore, and then in all the confusion, Blackwell kept on going. A good throw to home, just a shade too late, and Blackwell got his hand in there in time, and here's Jonas Diaz. He takes outside for a ball, so another Tuesday was a real entertaining affair won by the Panthers 7-5, and we shapes up to be another one here today as we are 4-3 now in the bottom of the third. Line drive, right field, hit well. Lake's going to go back. He's got a beat on it now, and Mateo reaches up and makes the catch for the third out. 2 runs, 1 hit, nobody left. We go to the fourth. Sac City 4, American River 3.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the fourth, Jake Morrell on the mound for the Beavers. He'll face Tyler Hamilton, Nolan Berry, and then the top of the order, Aiden Isola. For the Panthers, 8-9-1, as we've got ourselves a 4-3 ball game now. The Panthers with their 4 runs in the third inning. The Beavers scored once in the second and 2 times in the third. Tyler Hamilton grounded out to second his first time up, so he is 0 for 1, 4 for 9 in the series so far with a couple of RBI. Freshman from Arroyo Grande, which is down south, and they are the Eagles. We looked that up, so breaking ball's in there for a strike from Jake Morrell, the Arroyo Grande Eagles. The home of Tyler Hamilton. Playing at third base for the Panthers today. Open stance from the right side. Another breaking ball, but that's fouled behind the screen behind us. 0-2 on Tyler Hamilton. Nolan Berry on deck, the number 9 hitter. That's sails high and outside for a ball. 1-2 on Hamilton now here in the top of the fourth. Just getting started. Beautiful day for baseball. Good crowd out here checking out the final regular season game of the 2023 season. Sac City hoping they can get a win here and maybe get into that playoffs. That's inside for a ball. As a win would put them at 10-14 in arguably the best baseball conference in the state, the Big 8. Here's the pitch. That is just outside. Full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Hamilton. Morrell was up 0-2. Now Tyler's worked the count all the way full. Breaking ball is fouled back to the screen. So stays 3 balls and 2 strikes. We're informed by Dr. Steve, the AD, that the seeding for the softball playoffs will be tomorrow. Check swing is a little bit too high, so Hamilton works his way all the way back from 0-2 to pick up the base on balls. He's at first base with nobody out, and here is Nolan Berry, who walked his first time up back in the third inning. Scored a run. in that 4-run third inning. Batting .214 on the season. Freshman out of Rio Americano. Shows bunt right away. Here comes Julian Blackwell up at third base. Morrell's delivery to the plate is bunted out down the first baseline. It's a nice bunt, and nobody's going to get that. Black picked up finally by Tatum. Throws to first, but not in time. So a beautiful bunt, perfectly placed by Barry. He'll get the base hit and a sacrifice. Fifth hit for the Panthers. They have runners at first and second with nobody out, and here's the top of the order, Aiden Isola, who's been up 7 times in this series, at least in the home field here for the Beavers, and fly to right field, 6 of them. And each one hits solidly as Marcus Babadu, who's now in right field, moves right to the spot where Aiden's hit it all the time, and he takes a breaking ball in there for a strike. Diaz started in right and Babada in left, and then Jonas was having trouble with the sun, so they've switched spots, and Marcus is over in right field now. Isola takes down low for a ball. Jake Morrell, the second pitcher. Matt Kelly went the first 2+, and then Matt had to leave. We think it's a blister situation. He had to leave, and Morrell came in. Isola hits it sharply right at second. Druck bobbles it, flips it over to short for one. Centeno is going to fake the throw and then throw behind the runner at third, and they've got him picked off. Throw by Blackwell's too late. He doesn't throw it. He held on to the ball and did not throw it, and scoring is Tyler Hamilton. So great play by David Centeno, who faked the throw to first on the double play and threw it to third. They got the runner off, and then Blackwell ran him to home plate but didn't throw it, and Hamilton scores. His choice. So Druck flipped it to Centeno. David saw that he didn't have a chance to get Isola at first base, turned to throw to third, trapped the runner off, and the runner ends up runner at second base, still just 1 out. Foley takes inside for a ball. And Foley. He takes that one outside for a ball. It looks like the umpire was getting ready to call that one a strike. But it is 2 balls and no strikes on the sophomore from Vallejo, California, St. Patrick St. Vincent High School. Morrell comes set, looks back at second, that's Isola. That pitch is in there for a strike, so it's 2-1. Mateo Lake on deck for the Panthers, who now lead 5-3. Dylan Herforth behind the plate, giving the signs to Jake Morrell. Off-speed pitch is high, so it's 3-1 on Stephen Foley. Stephen coming in at .336 in this one, 4 for 9 in this series. Got a single back in the third, so he is 1 for 1. Scored a run back in the third. 1 for 2. He flied out to center in the first inning. That's outside and gets away from Herforth. Going down to third is Isola. Going to first is Foley. So Foley reaches on the base on balls, and now first and third, and Mateo Lake coming up to the plate. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning and a sacrifice bunt in the third, which is a brilliant play by Jake Morrell to keep him from beating that sacrifice bunt out. So Mateo's still not with an official at bat here today, batting at .304, has 25 runs batted in. He's got a guy 90 feet away. Throw over to first base, and Foley gets back. Isola at third, Foley at first. Lefty against lefty to the plate. Lake shows bunt. He bunts it up in the air. A diving try by the catcher. Can't get it, but he's going to throw it to first. Nice play, Dylan Herforth. Tried to catch it on the fly. Couldn't get it, but stayed with it. Picked him up and threw Lake out at first base. Going to second is Foley. Isola had to stay at third because the bunt wasn't far enough. So a break there for the Beavers and a good play by the Beavers. And here's DJ Scott. Hit by a pitch in the first, and then he reached on an error in the third. And later scored. The right-hand hitting center fielder up here against Jake Morrell. Hits it high up in the air to right center field. Moving over is Babadi. Seems to have a beat on it. Reaches up and makes the catch for the out. Good job by the Beavers to limit that to one. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Panthers 5, Beavers 3.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the fourth, 5-3 Panthers. It'll be Willie Tatum, David Centeno, and Dylan Herforth. 6, 7, and 8 in the Beavers lineup against Gage Eastlick. As we have had a very odd game here today. We had 2 fly balls lost in the sun. We had a guy try to hold up on throwing to second, and it slipped out of his hand, and everybody just froze. We had what they used to call a pickle play, where the guy with the ball didn't throw it, and the other guy just scored. And we've had a couple of guys thrown out stealing. We've had a nice sliding catch in right field. It's been quite a day. Willie Tatum was hit by a pitch his first time. He stepped in, stepped out, and the strike is delivered by Gage Islick. Willie's saying, I wasn't really ready, so I stepped out, and the umpire having none of that. Islick working very quickly. 0-1 pitch. Outside for a ball 1-1. Willie, the sophomore out of Grant High School, 159 on the season, waiting for the 1-1 from Eastlick. Breaking ball swung on and missed in the dirt, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Eastlick from the stretch. Breaking ball again, that's outside. Gets away from Barry, but no harm done. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the fourth, Panthers 5, Beavers 3. 2-2 pitch. Line drive right back up the middle into center field for a clean base hit by Willie Tatum. Right past the glove of Gage Islick. Willie with a very wide turn. He gets back to first base. 4th hit of the game for the Beavers. And here's David Centeno, who went into a fielder's choice, got himself an RBI back in the 2nd inning. He has 7 runs batted in now for the shortstop out of Roseville. Up here with Tatum at first and nobody out in the 4th. Shows bunts at it, misses it. The throw behind Tatum at first, and Sotomayor drops the tag on there too late. Then Levi has to dive over Willie Tatum to get out of the way as his momentum was carrying him into the runner. 0-1 on David Centeno. Looks down at his third base coach. As Tyler Hamilton creeps in at third base, David shows bunt. Bunts at it, but he bunts it foul over by the dugout. So quickly 0-2 on David Centeno. Dylan Herforth to follow, then Marcus Babada in the bottom of the Beavers batting order. Tatum led off with a ringing single up the middle. Centeno swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. He is down on strikes. Looks like pinch hitter for Herforth is going to be Aiden Imperial. So Imperial coming in for Herforth with 1 out here. First pitch is in there for a strike against Aiden Imperial. Freshman from Bear Creek High. I guess you know where I'm going on Friday night. Bear Creek High School, which is a tremendous name for a high school. Imperial hits it high up in the air. Right field, Mateo Lake's coming in a little bit, still coming in. He is got it for the second out. So Aiden flies out to right field for the second out of the inning. Tatum still over there at first, and that'll bring up Marcus Pavada. Marcus into a fielder's choice his first time up, so he is 0 for 1 in this one. Left-hand hitting started out in left field. Now he is in right field. You see Jonas Diaz has changed spots out there. Takes the first pitch on the inside corner at the knees for a strike on 1. Dominic got the top of the order on deck. Tatum still at first base. He led off with a single. Now 2 outs. That's chopped out slowly to shortstop. Going to have to hurry. Rogowski has it. Goes it across the diamond and gets him by a step at first base. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the 5th. Panthers 5, Beavers 3.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the 5th inning, 5-3 Panthers. Elijah Rogowski, then J.T. Malone. That would be Contreras on that one. It would be Ruben Contreras, who came in for Maloney, then Levi Sotomayor. The first 3 hitters for the Panthers against Jake Morrell, who came on in the 3rd inning in relief of Matt Kelly and has worked the ensuing 2 innings. And here is Elijah Rogowski, who has fly to right and then hit a fly to right that dropped because the sun was in Jonas Diaz's eyes. It was a 2-run double for Rogowski. So he's got 16 runs batted in now. The first pitch is bends in there for a strike from Jake Morrell. Morrell, the freshman from Whitney High School. Same school as the starting pitcher, Gage Uslick of the Panthers. That one's popped up and out of play. So quickly 0-2 on Elijah Rogowski. Elijah comes to us from Rio Americana. Yes, the Raiders. Like Mateo Lake is from the Raiders. 0-2 now. Sales outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rogowski, then on deck is Contreras. One-two pitch. Sales outside again. That one all the way back to the backstop. Aiden Imperial is behind the plate for the Beavers now as he hit for Dylan Herforth back in the 4th inning. Ruben Contreras on deck, and then Levi Sotomayor. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Rogowski. Top of the 5th from Beaver Field. American River College, lovely Sacramento, California. Morrell's 2-2 pitches hit down the left field line out of play. Ball breaking in on the right-hand hitting Rogowski, who turned on it and hit it over into the wooded area to the left of the field. So it's 2-2. Slight wind out there. That one is inside for a ball. Trying to place one on the inside corner. Just missed it. So the count has gone to 3 balls and 2 strikes on Rogowski. Check swing, didn't go. Did he go? No, he didn't. No, I thought it was 3-2, but I guess it was 2-2. So now it's 3-2. Three-two pitch coming up. That is ball 4. Ball 4, ball 5. Even the one, yeah. I mean, usually I'll go ahead and go, okay, I was off, but that one I was pretty sure. Yeah. So a walk of a sort to Rogowski, and here is Ruben Contreras, who came on to bat for Maloney back in the third inning, got himself an RBI single. He's showing bunt right now, and Morrell goes over to first base to Willie Tatum instead. Ruben, a freshman from Intercom. Still showing bunt. Here's Morrell's pitch. Contreras pops it up, giving chase. Imperial, he dives for it. He makes a fantastic catch on his knees going toward the backstop. So good play, but defensively the Beaver catchers are really making some fine plays today. That one, not easy for him to locate the ball in the first place and then go get it is a tough play, and Aiden Imperial does it for the first out. So he's Levi Sotomayor. He is grounded to the pitcher twice, so he is 0 for 2. I think the second one was actually a bunt attempt. 0 for 2 in this one. They got the runner picked off. Tatum throws it down to second. Centeno makes the tag, and they got him. Good job by Morrell. Got it to Tatum, and Willie gunned it down to David Centeno, who made the tag for the pickoff. Caught stealing technically, but it's a 1-3-6 for the Beavers. Good defensive inning so far for ARC. And with 2 outs, Sotomayor now still at the plate, but a lot has happened since he got there. Lefty against lefty. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Oh and 1. I ain't talking about the umpires so much during the season. I think I made a nice move right there. Swing and a miss. So instead of going with the right hand like he usually does, since he had a left-handed batter, he turned to the other side and made the strike call, and I found that very suave. That could be the new James Bond. 0-2 now on Sotomayor. Tyler Hamilton to follow. That one just misses the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 5th inning. Panthers lead at 5-3. The batter stepped out, the pitcher stepped off, and the umpire says, I got to pull out my notebook and write this one down. Dear Diary, today I was doing a game and everybody stepped off, so I had to write it down. And here comes the coach. Everybody just staring at the umpire who has his notebook out. Maybe he's one of those guys that writes down ideas for like scripts and stuff. Looks like Aiden Imperial is going back to the dugout. And maybe an equipment malfunction over there. Or maybe the guy okay, so I got it. The hero goes back in time and meets himself, and then earpiece malfunction between catcher and dugout is what we have. I don't think they should allow those on any other level. Porter Robinson, sophomore out of Ponderosa, the Bruins, right-handed pitcher warming up in the pen for the Panthers. Check swing, and, well, he didn't swing. And they called him strike 3. Sotomayor is out on strikes. Interesting inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Panthers 5, Beavers 3.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Middle of the 5th, 5-3 Panthers. That means it's time for the Stones McCoy midday report, or mid-game report. Stones, we've had a lot of interesting stuff. What do you got?
Well, I mean, the defensive right field is going to be the Achilles heel.
It certainly was
for the Beavers today. I mean, you got a couple of misplayed balls that allow the additional runs to score. In fact, it'd be a tie game right now had that those two plays not cost him out there in right field. That's tough because it's a tough sun. Unfortunately, you got to prepare, and we talked about this before. You got to prepare, pre-pitch every time to expect a ball coming to you in right field. So that's a tough one.
What about what I pointed out about the catching of the Beavers? A couple of fine plays behind the plate.
Oh, absolutely. No, I mean, we've got people are selling out behind the plate.
They are. They really are.
And it's a great – no, today is a good day to be a Beaver. I mean, this is a beautiful day for baseball. It's a good competitive game, 5-3. Pitching on each side has been all right.
Yeah.
And because it's been all right, that means the offense can get started.
There you go. Stones McCoy Midday Report brought to you by Stones Radio Networks. President Stones McCoy. Make your own connections there. Here we go with Dominic Ott, top of the order for the Beavers here in the 5th inning. Gage Eastlick still on the mound. His first pitch is right in there for a strike. 0-1. As Stone said, the sun it plays a big role in all of our lives all the time, but a big role in this game today. 0-1 pitch to Dominic. Lines it foul down the third base line. Dominic singled back in the first inning, then fly deep to left in the third, so he is 1 for 2 off Gage Eastlick. He was given up 4 hits and 3 runs in 4 innings. 2-1 on the season, 2.48 earned run average per Gage, a sophomore out of Whitney. Ahead in the count 0-2 against Dominic Ott. Line drive left center field. It will get down for a base hit in front of DJ Scott. So Dominic Ott reaches out, hits it hard for the 3rd time today, gets his 2nd hit. And that'll bring up Ryland Druck, who has flied to right and walked. Scored a run back in the 3rd inning. Ryland, a freshman from Roseville, been the second baseman basically for the Beavers all season long. Let's see if he drops one down here. He shows bunt. He bunts it back to the pitcher, picked up by Eastlick, guns it over to first and throws it away down the right field line. Coming around, here's Dominic Ott. He's going to round third. They're going to wave him in. The ball picked up. The relay a little bit too late. Ott scores with a slide across home plate. Great sacrifice by Ryland Druck and goes with the air on the throw. He really put pressure on the pitcher. He had to make a great throw, and he threw it away. And the run scores, and all the way over to third base is Ryland Druck. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound by the Panthers, and we're going to step away. Stone told you, it's a crazy game. Bottom of the 5th right now. It's Panthers 5, the Beavers 4.
the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Porter Robinson, the new pitcher, coming out in relief of Gage Easlick. Robinson, a sophomore from Ponderosa, making his 14th appearance of the season. He's facing Julian Blackwell. Blackwell swings and misses at a fastball. Ryland Druck at third, nobody out, a run in. 2-2 on the season for Porter Robinson, 5.24 earned run average, 22 in a third inning, 16 strikeouts and 9 base on balls for the right-hander. Blackwell has singled and grounded out. Swing and a miss again at a fastball right by him, 0-2. Julian grounded to short in the first and then singled and scored in the third as he scored from second on a ground ball to first base. Some tremendous base running so far, and Dominic Ott with some tremendous base running in this inning by the Beavers. That's hit high up in the air, but foul out of play. As Ott was at first base, Druck dropped down a beautiful bunt. Eastlick threw it away down the right field line, and Dominic just kept on going. Blackwell hits that one into left center field. It's going to stay up, I think. Now it gets past the center fielder, goes all the way to the wall. Here comes the run to tie the game, and Julian pulls up at second base with a double. This one is all knotted up at 5. Blackwell picks up an RBI. Druck scores. Julian was way behind the first 2 pitches, but then reached out and got that one hit by Scott in center field. I thought Scott had a pretty good angle on it, but it got past him in center field, and here's Tyler Moore. So the Beavers are pulling out all kinds of stops today. As Stones McCoy said, I may have to bring him back for the 6th inning. He did a good job in the 5th inning. Talking about this one, here's Tyler Moore. He singled his first time up. Singled and grounded to first, and his ground ball to first is the one that Blackwell scored on back in the 3rd inning, so he got himself an RBI. First pitch is swung on and missed for a strike. Blackwell at second, nobody out, 2 runs in. 2 hits in the inning for the Beavers, along with a Panther error. 0-1 to Tyler Moore. Hit sharply out toward shortstop. Blackwell staying there, and I think it hit Blackwell. So he is out. Moore will get first base, and I believe that used to be scored a base hit. But Blackwell was hit. So Moore will be at first base. Blackwell hit with the ground ball. It looked like he was trying to get back to second base at the time. Really couldn't make up his mind. It was hit sharply by Tyler Moore. Here's Jonas Diaz. Walked in the second, fly to right in the third, so Jonas 0 for 1 in this one. So Moore is down at first base, 1 out. And Diaz, the freshman, at the plate. Robinson's first pitch is outside for a ball. Nolan Berry's behind the plate. The Panthers resetting Hamilton at third, Rogowski at short. Contreras is at second, and Sotomayor at first. Lake, Scott, and Foley in the outfield. And Porter Robinson, the second pitcher. Throw over to first base, and the runner is back. Diaz takes high, very high for a ball, 2-0. Willie Tatum on deck for the Beavers. All tied up at 5 in the 5th. From Beaver Field here. A beautiful day and a great crowd out here. Porter Robinson delivers the 2-0 pitch. That's high, ball 3. I'm trying to look, Stones McCoy, to see where the odds are with the blankets today. The Dodgers and Giants blankets. Oh, they've got to. Hey, you can't do that. You can't put up the canopy so I can't see the blankets. You can't tell us the story and then do that. 3-0 pitch. That is in there for a call strike. 3-1. Yeah, that's a very nice setup they got down there, all canopied in. Of course, you got babies. You got to do that, you know. Yeah, you got to do that. A little fan in there. 3-1 pitch. Throw him out over to first base. He is safe. Diaz steps out, takes a look down at third base coach. 3 balls and 1 strike, 1 out here in the 5th. The 3-1 pitch is very high, ball 4. So Jonas Diaz waits out the base on balls, and here's Willie Tatum, who was hit by a pitch in the 2nd and singled back up the middle in the 4th. So Willie is 1 for 1 in this one. Got a couple of teammates on the bags, just 1 out. We're just in the 5th inning. Seems like we've crammed 9 innings into about 5. It seems like we've done that. Panthers won game 1 on Tuesday right here at 7-5. Yesterday, 16-1 Panthers over at Sac City. And here's Tatum against Porter Robinson. Takes inside for a ball, 1-0. Braden DeTully warming up in the pen for Sac City. That's chopped to third. That's a fair ball. What a fine play at third. What a play by Hamilton. He dives and gets the ball, goes into foul territory, comes back up and tags the bag before the runner can get there. Just a great play by the third baseman, Tyler Hamilton. He's a little bit shook up over there. Fielder's choice for Tatum. He picked a great spot to hit it, but just a great play by Hamilton, who got Tyler Moore, and Tyler was retired at third. Almost got through him. If it gets through him, it's down the line. It's 2 bases at least, but Hamilton saved it with a great play and had the presence of mind to dive back and tag third and get the runner coming from second. So 2 outs now, and that'll bring up David Centeno. Looks like Hamilton's going to be okay over there. So 2 outs. Tatum over at first now. Jonas Diaz down at second. So the 2 outs recorded in this inning against the Beavers. One of them was the runner was hit by a grounder, and then the second one was a tremendous play by the third baseman, Tyler Hamilton. And here's Centeno, who has hit a fielder's choice and struck out. He takes ball 1 outside. David has an RBI in this one. He picked up his 7th of the season back in the 2nd inning on that fielder's choice. Porter Robinson comes set. Likes to look back at second base. Centeno takes it down in the dirt. Nice play by Nolan Berry. That one would definitely have gotten away. And Nolan Berry got in front of it and stopped it. Saved 90 feet for his pitcher. And 2-0 on Centeno now. Aiden Imperial on deck. Came in for Dylan Herforth back in the 4th inning to catch for the Beavers. We're in the bottom of the 5th right now. 2-0 coming up. That's in there for a strike. 2-1 on David Centeno, the freshman out of Roseville, California. Playing at shortstop today. Two-one coming from Porter Robinson. Hit sharply out towards second base. Contreras stays with it. Picks it up and throws to first for the out. So 2 runs, 3 hits, 2 left. We go to the top of the 6th. Panthers 5, Beavers 5.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Network.
Moving along to the top of the sixth, and a very entertaining season finale for the Beavers. They are tied with the Panthers at 5. Tyler Hamilton, who made the incredible play in the bottom of the fifth, will start us off. Then Nolan Berry and Aiden Isola, 8, 9, and 1 for the Panthers. Hamilton, the freshman from Arroyo Grande. The Eagles gave us this third baseman who made that great play. It was a diving stop down the third baseline on a ball that was barely fair, and if he doesn't get it, it goes all the way into the corner probably with 2 runners running the bases along with the batter. But he did make the play, and he's up here now. And he swings and misses at a breaking ball at his feet, 0-1. Tyler's grounded to second and walked, so he is 0 for 1, scored a run in the fourth inning. 4 for 8 in the series coming into this one. That one barely misses outside by Jake Morrell. Came on in the third inning to relieve Matt Kelly. Has been in ever since. We would see if there's any action in the bullpen, but it's like a CIA black site over there. You can't see what's going on. Check swing down low for a ball. There's trees growing over the bullpen, and there's big posts and sheds and stuff around there. 2-1 now on Tyler Hamilton. That is inside for a ball, 3-1. Willie Tatum is down at first base. Ryland Druck at second. David Centeno at short. And Julian Blackwell at third base for AR in this one. Aiden Imperial behind the plate for Jake Morrell. 3-1 pitch coming up to Hamilton. Inside, ball 4. That'll bring up Nolan Berry, the catcher, who's walked and singled in this one, so he is 1 for 1 with a run scored back in the third. 2-14, Nolan Berry on Tuesday had a home run and a double. It's 2 for 4, drove in 1 and scored 1. 3 for 7 in the series with 4 runs batted in. He's showing bunt this time. Here comes Blackwell down at third. He pulls it back, takes inside corner for a strike on 1, which he clearly did not agree with. And this is America. You have the right to dissent. Doesn't get you anywhere a lot of times. 0-1. Shows bunt again. Hamilton leads. He pulls the bat back and pulls himself back as the breaking ball almost hit Nolan Berry in the side for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Aiden Isola, the top of the order, on deck. Panthers trying to get the sweep of this 3-game series and give them 10 wins. There's a bunt back to the pitcher. Morrell's going to have it. He's going to just go to first and throw out Nolan Berry. So Berry delivers the sacrifice. He gets Hamilton down to second base. He gets the sacrifice 1-3, and that'll bring up Aiden Isola, who was flied to right twice and hit into a fielder's choice. The sophomore from Granite Bay came in at .317, 1 for 12 in this series so far. 1 home run, 22 runs batted in. He lines that one into left field for a clean base hit. Coming around is Hamilton. He's going to try to score, and the throw is going to come into second base. So it's an RBI single for Aiden Isola, and the Panthers grab the lead back 6-5. RBI number 23 for Aiden. He's over at first base with 1 out, and Stephen Foley coming to the plate. The sophomore flied to center in the first, singled in the third and scored, and then walked in the fourth. So he is 1 for 2. Comes in with an average of .336. First pitch is outside. Imperial makes a move to throw to first, but Isola is back. So it's 1 ball and no strikes on Foley with Mateo Lake to follow. 6-5 for the Panthers. We're in the top of the 6th. That's hit high up in the air, right center field. Babada giving chase. He seems to have it located, and he makes the catch in right center field. Nice play by Marcus Babada. He had to go a long way into what almost would be termed center field to make that catch, as Dominic Gott was over in left center, but he makes the catch for the second out, and that'll bring up Mateo Lake, who has been hit by a pitch, sacrificed, and was thrown out trying to bunt in the fourth inning, so he is 0 for 1. Left-hander against left-hander. Checks his swing, but it's inside for a ball. 1-0 to Mateo, who started the day at .304 with 3 home runs and 25 runs batted in. The sophomore from Rio Americano. Breaking ball, check swing. It looked like he swung, and it was a strike, and he did swing. They check with the base umpire. He rings him up. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch. Outside corner, just misses it. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Isola at first, 1 run in. 6-5 Panthers. We're in the 6th. Short lead by Isola at first base. 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball is squibbed back to the pitcher, handled by Morel, and he runs over the requisite 2/3 of the way, underhands it to first, and Lake is retired. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Panthers 6, Beavers 5.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student-athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Sacramento City College Panthers 6, American River College Beavers 5. It'll be Aiden Imperial, then Marcus Babada and Dominic Ott, 8, 9, and 1 against Braden DeToli, who's come on in, the sophomore out of Roseville, taking over for Porter Robinson here in the 6th inning. The right-hander will be facing Imperial when the play starts as he's finishing up his warm-up tosses. Let's take a look at the stats for Braden DeToli. This is his 6th appearance of the season. He is 1-2, 22 in the 3rd innings, 5.64 ERA, 29 strikeouts against just 5 walks. So 29 strikeouts in 22 innings. So obviously Braden in there to get the strikeout for Coach Derek Sullivan and the Panthers. He finishes up his warm-up tosses. The sophomore out of Roseville. Looks like he's another guy who pitches from the stretch. And he will be the 3rd pitcher for the Panthers. Started with Gage Eastlick and then Porter Robinson. And now Totoli. So here's Aiden Imperial, who came on for Herforth in the 4th and flied out to right field. So Aiden is 0 for 1 in this one. Right-handed hitting catcher against DeToli. Fouls that one off on a check swing, so it's 0-1 on Aiden Imperial. .242 on the season for Aiden. 2 home runs and 9 runs batted in. That one is outside for a ball in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Aiden out of Bear Creek High School, just a freshman. Done a lot of catching for the Beavers in the second half of the season. 1 ball and 1 strike here with Marcus Babada on deck. Panthers had 4 runs in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 6th. Beavers with 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 2 in the 5th. So it's Sac City 6 and AR 5. 1-1 pitch coming up to Aiden Imperial. Swing and a miss on a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Total, as we said, 29 strikeouts over 22 innings. That one is inside for a ball. 2-2. He's given up 26 hits in the 22 and a third innings, but has 29 strikeouts as well. 2-2 now on Aiden Imperial. Hit right back up the middle, through his legs into center field for a base hit. I think they call that a nutmeg. And is in center field, so Imperial delivers a solid single up the middle. That is the 8th hit for the Beavers here in 5+ innings, and here's Marcus Babada. The left fielder has hit into a fielder's choice and grounded to short, so he is 0 for 2. Left-handed in left fielder. He's got Hamilton coming in at third base in case of the bunt. He hasn't shown bunt yet. He does now, and bunts at it, but it's fouled back to the screen. So it is 0-1. Top of the order, Dominic Ott to follow. Beavers down 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Tutoli checks the runner at first. That's Aiden Imperial. Bavada showing bunt again. Here's the pitch. Pulls the bat back, and it's high and outside. Totally has a little bit of heat on that ball. Can see why the 29 strikeouts in 22 innings. 1 ball, 1 strike on Marcus Babada. Hamilton creeping into third. Babada showing bunt. Totally bunts right back to DeToli. He picks it up. He's going to look at second, but throw to first. Babada delivers the sacrifice, and going to second base is Aiden Imperial. Good job by Marcus Babada. Thought about it, did DeToli, I think, just a second, but made the right call and went right to first base to get the out. So runner at second base, 1 out, and that'll bring up Dominic Ott, who singled in the first, fly deep to left in the third, and singled again in the 5th. Dominic 2 for 3 in this one, 272 on the season. He has a home run. He's had 11 runs batted in. 1 for 8 in the series before today, but has a couple of hits today, and now faces DeToli with the runner at second base. Ott swings and misses. Kind of took something off a little bit there, did DeToli, so it's 0-1. Imperial not really being held on at second base. Contreras, the second baseman, playing on his second base, and pulled over is Rogowski, the shortstop. 0-1 pitch on the way to Ott. That is down low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryland Druck on deck. Right now it's Dominic Ott and Braden DeToli. The third pitcher for the Panthers. Eastlick started, then Robinson, now Braden DeToli. Now Contreras is coming in. Here's the pitch. Ott pops it up. Giving chase is Nolan Berry. I think he's going to run out of room, and he does, as it bounces over there between the bleachers. So it's 1-2 on Dominic Ott, the sophomore from Wood Creek High School. Everyday center fielder for the Beavers since day 1 in this season. Imperial, who singled to lead off the inning, is at second base. Contreras now moving a little bit closer from second base to try to keep him close. 1-2 to Ott. Is hit right out to Contreras. Slowly hit. Picks it up and guns it to first and gets Ott by a step. Moving over to third is Aiden Imperial, but now 2 outs, and here's Ryland Druck. Druck has flied to right. He has walked, and he has sacrificed. Scored 2 runs. He sacrificed, and the ball was thrown out into right field. He made it all the way around to third and then later scored on a Blackwell double. He's up here with the tying run 60 feet away and 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. There's a breaking ball inside. Well, actually, didn't break too far. Almost broke Ryland Druck. I was just wondering if he can push a button down the first base line. First baseman is playing back. It's my plan here. I'm coming up with plans now. 1-0 on Ryland. Freshman out of Roseville. Swings and misses a good fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Aiden Imperial down at third. 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Ryland Druck, number 19 for the Beavers, up at the plate with the red jerseys, white pants. 1-1 coming from Braden DeToley. That's high for a ball. 2-1. Julian Blackwell is on deck. Julian's got a double in this ball game. Double and a single, as a matter of fact. So he's got a pair of hits in this one. 2-1 now on Ryland Druck. Swing and a miss. Evens the count 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ryland Druck. Imperial hoping for a pass ball or wild pitch or something at third base. Fouls away. A fastball that was a little outside maybe, but Ryland couldn't afford to take any chances. He didn't have a lot of time to make up his mind, and he spoils it, so he stays up there with a count of 2-2. Beavers trying to grab that second conference win and spoil the Panthers' chances to try to make it to the postseason. 2-2 coming from DeToley. That's high for a ball, 3-2. Good take by Ryland Druck. Three balls, 2 strikes. DeToley comes set, checks Nolan Berry. Here's the pitch. Foul ball right into the catcher's glove. Strike 3 on Ryland Druck. So no runs, a hit, 1 left. We go to the 7th. Panthers lead at 6-5.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, it was the most rewarding part about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Back with the play-by-play is me, the Phantom. Why does the guy say back with the play-by-play is me, the Phantom? He just says back with the play-by-play. That's not the way you're supposed to do it. We've been doing this for 2 years now. You can figure out how to bring me back from a break. All right, well, let's get back.
The Phantom right here.
There he is. There he goes. That way. That's what I wanted to hear. Let's just confuse everybody because we've got to find out about the new pitcher, and his name is Miles Meyer. He is on in relief now. The third pitcher for the Beavers. Matt Kelly started, then Jake Morrell. And Miles Meyer, the sophomore out of Placer High School, comes on in, making his 22nd appearance of the season. He's had 4 starts, 0-3 on the year, 40 innings pitched, 7.65 ERA for Miles Meyer, 45 strikeouts and 40 base on balls. So a lot of strikeouts, but a lot of walks over 40 innings. And he will face DJ Scott, Elijah Rogowski, and Ruben Contreras, the first 3 hitters for the Panthers here in the 7th as they try to expand on their 6-5 lead, and Miles tries to keep him from doing that. The big right-hander delivers the final warm-up toss to Aiden Imperial. He guns it down to second base, and we are ready to go here with DJ Scott leading us off, the sophomore out of Rodriguez High School. Hit by a pitch in the first, reached on an error in the third, and fly to right in the fourth. So 0 for 2, DJ has scored a run. Comes in here with an average of .310 on the year. Robust 9 home runs and 42 runs batted in. The 9 home runs, I believe, make him in the top 5 of the conference. 42 just outside the top 5. The right-handed hitter, center fielder, settles in. and Meyer gets ready to deliver on the mound. And we're ready to go here in the top of the 7th. Fastball hits him right on the helmet. DJ is taking his time, as he should. Go down to first base. Doesn't look the worse for wear, but you don't want to take any chances. That one clearly off the helmet. And the trainer's going to come out definitely and check with DJ Scott and make sure he's feeling okay and taking no chances on that one. Is that Meyer has been known to get the ball up around the high 80s or 90 miles an hour. And his first pitch sails in on the right-hand hitting Scott. And he is down at first base. Elijah Rogowski is the next hitter. As the trainer, they tend to ask DJ just a couple of questions over there, make sure he's okay. Rogowski flied to right in the first. Sun aided double in the third and then walked in the 5th. So he is 1 for 2, is driven in 2, has 4 runs batted in this series. Came in at 292. So he's going to take his time, as it's never easy being the next batter after the batter in front of you gets hit. Scott leads over at first base. Breaking balls in there for a strike. Good pitch by Miles Meyer. 0-1 on Rogowski. Ruben Contreras to follow as we are in the 7th inning. Blackwell up on the grass at third. Tries the same pitch and doesn't break and almost hits the helmet of Rogowski. 1 ball and 1 strike. Scott, good lead over at first base. Myers sets. There he goes. 1-1 pitch is in there for a strike. The throw to second is going to be just a little bit too late as Scott slides in underneath it. He steals second base. Pitch, I believe, was called a strike. I thought. Let's see if we can get indication from the umpire. It looked like a pretty good pitch. Yes, it is. It's strike 2. So it's 1-2 on Rogowski. But now Scott is at second base with nobody out. That's fouled out of play behind us over to our right. So it stays 1-2 on Rogowski. Sophomore from American River. 5 for 10 in the series with 4 runs batted in. As the Panthers attempt to end their conference season with 10 wins. They are 9-14 as we speak here. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball just misses the inside corner. 2-2 to Rogowski. Out at second, DJ Scott hit by a pitch and then stole second base. Rogowski now a 2-ball, 2-strike count from Miles Meyer. Hit to the third baseman. Blackwell scoops it up over to first. Nice play by Julian Blackwell. He kept the runner at second base for the first out. So Rogowski grounds out to Julian Blackwell at third base. 1 out, and that'll bring up Ruben Contreras, who came on back in the third for J.T. Maloney. Had an RBI single in the third and then popped out to the catcher, trying to sacrifice bunt back in the 5th inning. On a great play by Aiden Imperial, who turned around, located the ball, and then did a sliding catch on his knees like he just scored a soccer goal. Made the play. Ruben up here now with the runner at second base already and 1 out. Right-handed hitting freshman. Fouls that one down the first base line over in that drought-resistant, newly planted area. We don't want ball over there. Mess up with our new drought-resistant plants over there, Stone. Go over there, put some sort of netting or something over there. That's the kind of stuff you're good at. 0-1. Oh, yeah, and signaling how many disengagements there are. That's the other thing you're good at. It's kind of a very small skill set. 0-1 pitch coming up. There goes the runner. He's got a big jump. The pitch is a strike. The throw to third is fortunately blocked by Julian Blackwell's body because there was no chance at all. Scott had a tremendous jump. And he is now down at third. So Scott's at third. Infield coming in for the Beavers. Myers checks the runner at third. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes. Big strikeout by Miles Meyer right there. Contreras is down. 2 outs. And that brings up Levi Sotomayor, the first baseman, left-handed hitter. A couple of groundouts and a strikeout for Levi today, so he is 0 for 3. And now with a runner at third, the onus is on Aiden Imperial to make sure that nothing gets away from him. Trying to block any wild pitches or anything. So here's Sotomayor, left-handed hitter against the right-hander Miles Meyer. That's down low for a ball. 1-0. Tyler Hamilton to follow, but it's all about Sotomayor right here for Miles Meyer. Top of the 7th. Runner at third base, and the Panthers up by 1. That's it sharply out towards second. Druck stays down on it, gets up, throws to first, gets him by a couple of steps at first base. Good job by Miles Meyer to shut it down. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Panthers 6, Beavers 5.
Beat by DJ Stones.
Now back to the Phantom right here on Stones Radio Network.
Middle of the 7th at 7th inning stretch time. What better time to bring on Stones McCoy than in the middle of the 7th inning? Stones, you were so impressive in the middle of the 5th. I'm going to give you another chance. Final home game of the season. Final game for Stones Radio Networks on the YouTube to do American River College sports for the year 2022-2023. So give me an impression or two of this sports season.
This sports season has been just a fun ride all the way around. You know, if you look back to when we first started here in August, late August, you know, we were doing soccer, and look at what soccer did. I mean, the men's and women's teams, they both went out there and they played really, really well this year, and we got to cover a lot of that.
Yes,
and then
we did.
moved on over into water polo, which we learned a lot about.
Yes, we did. Let me interrupt you.
Yeah.
We apologize to the water polo people for the stuff we didn't know and still don't know. Well, we finally figured out after 3 matches where to put the camera.
Yes.
And that really got us going on the right foot.
Yeah, no more corner kicks in water polo. That's what we know.
I'm still bringing back the corner kicks next year.
We'll see what happens. But, you know, and then we just had a lot of fun with the basketball team, the volleyball team.
Volleyball was a blast.
Going all the way this year, you know, and then you get out here onto the sports fields. You can't forget about football. Football is amazing.
I was
But
Coach O. Thanks,
we have
buddy.
so much to look forward to next year doing this, and we will be back to do this again next year, and it's going to be just that much better when we do it next year.
I got to get my doctor to approve of that. But
Yes, you
okay,
do.
I'll do that. Thank you, Stones McCoy. Great job, as always, by Stones McCoy. He's responsible for all the pictures you see. I just do the words, and those are the ones that usually fall short. But let's go to the bottom of the 7th. The Beavers got out of a jam in the top of the inning. They trail 6-5. Julian Blackwell, Tyler Moore, and Jonas Diaz against Braden DeToli, the third pitcher for the Panthers. And the first pitch is fouled back over our heads by Julian Blackwell, who grounded to short in the first, then singled and scored in the third, and doubled in a run in the 5th. And then he was hit by a ground ball. So that's the way it goes sometimes. You have a good inning, you know, it starts out great, it doesn't go great. 0-1 on Julian. Pops that one up. Trying to get out of play. Nolan Berry's going to give chase, but it is out of play in between the bleachers here. On the fans enjoying this very sunny afternoon. Very good crowd out here. Some Sac City supporters as well, so I have to be very careful about that. Here's DeToli with the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Well, Blackwell is down for the first out of the inning. Second strikeout for DeToli, second in a row, and that'll bring up Tyler Moore, who was 1 for 6 on the season and is 2 for 3 in this game with an RBI and a run scored. Tyler singled and scored in the second, drove in a run on a ground out in the third, and then singled again in the 5th. DeToli's pitch is in there for a strike on 1. Jonas Diaz to follow for the Beavers. They trail it by 1. We're in the 7th. That's hit sharply down to third. Hamilton scoops it up, then drops it, picks it up, and throws across the diamond and pulls the first baseman off Sotomayor, and that's going to be an error on Hamilton, and Moore reaches base again. Third error for the Panthers, and that'll bring up Jonas Diaz. Hamilton was in on that one. Looked like he didn't get a bad hop or anything. Dropped it, picked it up, and tried to throw it across the diamond. Pulled Sotomayor off the bag, and Moore reaches base. So Jonas has walked, flied to right, and then walked again. So he's 0 for 1. Freshman out of Folsom steps in here with 1 out and 1 on in the 7th. Big chopper down to third. Hamilton has it. I think it's a foul ball. Probably good for the Panthers. It was, although Hamilton has a good arm. It's going to be a tough play to try to get Dias, who was really getting down the line quickly. Stones McCoy says he would be safe, but that's why Stones just shows you the pictures. He doesn't do any talking, because you never know. Although he's still so happy about his Giants, what is that, sippy cup or something you call it over there? He got it from Elizabeth, who's just the best down at the snack bar, although Matt, the PA guy, never mentions the snack bar, so nobody knows she's down there. He's chasing bees or something. Coming up to Tully's 0-1 pitch. It is down low for a ball. No, she does a tremendous job down there. And believe me, from doing the Potters games in the summertime. Oh, and by the way, subscribe to Stones Radio Network's YouTube, and you'll get to watch Potters games. So you can subscribe right now, and all during the summer, you'll get Stones McCoy's antics. It'll be great. It is a lot of fun. Great family entertainment out there. Fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. And a lot of it. It's like Elizabeth, like four Elizabeths out there doing vending. Or maybe 5. I don't know. It's just great. Fantastic food out there. Fantastic baseball out there. Atmosphere is amazing. 1-2 pitch. Fouled into the catcher's gloves. Dias is out on strikes. So Jonas is the second out of the inning. 3rd strikeout for DeToli, and here's Willie Tatum. Hit by a pitch, singled, and hit into a fielder's choice. Did Willie Tatum? So he is 1-4-2. So subscribe to Stones Radio Network's YouTube page, and you'll get the Potters action. And they play, I think, about 60 games between the end of May and the beginning of August. Tatum takes inside for a ball, and they're all a lot of fun. Sometimes we send Stones McCoy into the crowd with his microphone. Then we just don't turn it on because we think that's really funny. 1-0 pitch to Willie Tatum. Look out. I think that might have hit Willie. He's going to get hit for the 2nd time in this game. That one you could see as soon as it left the pitcher's hands, it was just sailing in. There's just nowhere for Willie to go. So he's hit a pitch for the 2nd time, which is probably not the way he thought his sophomore day would go. But he's on base 3 times, so there's that. And here's David Centeno, who is fielder's choice in the 2nd, drove in a run, struck out in the 4th, and then grounded to 2nd back in the 5th. So David is 1 for 3 with an RBI, his 7th of the season. He's up here with 2 on and 2 outs in the 7th. Takes outside corner, call strike on the fastball by DeToli, the sophomore from Roseville. 3rd pitcher, Gage Eastlick started, then Porter Robinson, and now Braden DeToli. Aiden Imperial on deck, keep it going. He fouls it back to the screen, does David Centeno, so it's 0-2. And now Aiden Imperial has to run over and get it. That's just part of community college baseball. 0-2 on David. Moore at 2nd, Tatum at 1st. Fouls that one out of play, does David Centeno, staying alive at the plate. Came in here at a .210 batting average and 6 runs batted in. Picked up number 7 back in the 2nd inning. He had a hit in the game on Tuesday, won by the Panthers 7-5. Tolley looking into Nolan Berry to get his sign. Runners with pretty good lead at 2nd base. Centeno swings and misses on a high fastball. 3 strikeouts for DeToli in the inning. We go to the top of the 8th, Sac City 6, American River 5.
Beat by DJ Stones.
Now back to the action right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Top of the 8th inning, Panthers 6, Beavers 5. Miles Meyer finishing up his warm-up tosses to take on the Panthers lineup. 8, 9, and 1. That's Tyler Hamilton. That's Nolan Berry and Aiden Isola for the Panthers as we move on into the 8th inning. Hamilton grounded out to second, walked and scored in the 4th, and then walked and scored again in the 6th. So he's 0 for 1, but he has 2 runs scored. Has a pair of home runs on the season, hitting at 173. First pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1. Matt Kelly started, went 2+ innings for the Beavers. Then Jake Morrell came in and gave him 4 innings, and now Miles Meyer working in his 2nd inning. He came on in the 7th. That is in there for a strike again, 0-2. Took something off that one, good movement. 0-2 on Hamilton. Nolan Berry in the number 9 spot to follow. And then the top of the order with Isola. That's a high up in the air out to right field. Babada's giving chase, still giving chase, and he's not going to get it. It's over his head against the fence. Rounding second, here comes Hamilton. He's going to go. No, he's going to hold at second base as the relay comes in from the Beavers. So Hamilton got behind the count and hit one over Babada's head in right field for a double with the 7th hit in the game for the Panthers. Here's Nolan Berry. So Hamilton with the double, his first hit of the game. He's 1 for 2 now. He's at second base with nobody out. Berry, who's walked, singled, and sacrificed up here, and he's showing sacrifice again. Let's see how the Beavers play it with Blackwell at third and Tatum over at first. He bunts it hard right at the third baseman, but it's foul. That was a high pitch, high fastball, and he put the bat up. A little tomahawk bunt action there, and he almost bunted it right to Blackwell, which might have worked out for the Panthers, but it was foul, so it's 0-1. Jones McCoy taking the opportunity to teach me how to bunt, which I already know. You hold the bat at shoulder length. If the ball's over your bat, you don't bunt it. I mean, that was like 1947. I mean, that's what I learned by watching Jimmy Fox and everybody. Jimmy Fox never bunted. Come on. It was a trick question, Stones. Nolan showing bunt again. Centeno's going to go in behind the runner trying to keep him close. There's the pitch. It's high for a ball. So Nolan learned his lesson right there, the Stones McCoy Bunting Clinic. Let that one go. That sounds like a band, the Stones McCoy Bunting Clinic. Sounds like one of those guys, like, you know, like a Fish or somebody that just goes all the way around country, just does concerts and stuff. 1 ball and 1 strike on Nolan Berry. Shows bunt again. The pitch is bunted at and missed. 1 and 2. That was an off-speed pitch by Meyer. Good pitch. Good job by Imperial to catch that one, too, because Berry made the move to bunt it. Hold it back. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nolan Berry. Nobody out here in the 8th. Hamilton leads out the inning with the off-field double. He's at second base. Centeno trying to keep him a little close. Here's the pitch. Berry still showing bunt. He bunts it down the first base line foul, and that is a strikeout. So good pitching by Miles Meyer. Didn't give him really anything to bunt. Kind of threw him a couple of off-speed pitches. Berry stuck with it. Tried to bunt it down the first base line, but bunted it over toward the dugout. And here's Aiden Isola. Flied to right in the first, flied to right in the third. Fielder's choice in the fourth, and then a crisp RBI single in the 6th for Aiden. Picked up RBI number 23 in the season. That's the go-ahead run right now. That put the Panthers ahead 6-5. Fastball is high to Aiden Isola. Sophomore from Granite Bay. Hitting at .317 coming in. Couple hits in the series now. 2 for 13. Couple of runs batted in as well. To push that total up to 23. He is the DH in the leadoff spot. That one is also high. 2-0 from Miles Meyer. 45 strikeouts and 40 walks for Miles over the first 40 innings of work. Got a couple of strikeouts in this one. Isola waits. Open stance from the right side. 2-0 pitch. Line drive right back up the middle into center field for the base hit, and that will score Hamilton easily as it rolls out into right center. Picked up out there by the Beavers. Looks like they changed Diaz and Babata and moved them back to their original spots. Second straight RBI single for Aiden Isola. Hamilton scores his third run of the game, and it's now a 2-run lead for the Panthers. They lead at 7-5, which was the score of Tuesday's game here. And here's Stephen Foley. Flied to center in the first, singled and scored in the third, walked in the fourth, and then flied to right in the sixth. He's up here with 1 out and Isola over at first base. Chops it at the plate, and it's going to be foul. It was off him. So they're going to call it. I thought it was hit the batter, and Foley thought it hit him too, but they're going to rule it, see if it was just a spin on the ball that got it down into the playing area. The the base umpire called out at first base. And now they're going to talk about it and see, because Stephen Foley didn't move at all. And they're going to call him out. So I think we might have lost a coach here. As they call, Foley is out at first. The third base coach is thrown out of the game as far as I can tell, and he is getting his money's worth as he is talking all the way through, and now he's been thrown off the field, now he's thrown out of the dugout. So it'll go 1-3 on Foley. Going to second is Isola. We're getting a new third base coach for the Panthers, and it'll bring up Mateo Lake. So it was a ground ball that looked to us from behind home plate like it was off the batter. It had the weird spin and everything on it. But to Miles Meyer credit, he went ahead and went on with the play because it was in fair territory, picked it up, threw it to first. He was called out at first base. Umpires conferred about it. They confirmed what they had originally said, and the third base coach for the Panthers was ejected for jawing, and then I think he was ejected twice, and I don't think you can do that. But, I mean, you do you, I always say. But I think he was ejected, then he was ejected again. Maybe he ejected off the field and then out of the dugout, perhaps, but I don't think that's how it works. Anyway, here's Mateo Lake. With Isola at second, Lake has been hit by a pitch, sacrifice bunt, and then a couple ground outs. One on a bunt, one on a ground ball back to the pitcher. Left-hand hitting right fielder, Meyer takes his time. He's got Isola at second base, and 2 outs now. Swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch, 0-1 on Mateo Lake. 7-5 Panthers. We're in the 8th inning. It's been a crazy game, Stones. You can tell it's like the last game. It's like the last day of school before everybody gets out for summertime, when they're just kind of doing all kinds of crazy stuff they've been thinking about all year long. Lake takes that one in there for a strike. That's a beautiful pitch by Miles Meyer. 0-2. Hamilton doubled, and then Isola singled him in. Then we've had a lot of extracurricular stuff, but we get to 2 strikes on Mateo Lake and a runner at second base. Time is called because it's too much time. Okay, very good, because Meyer was just about to deliver the ball, and it looked like he was in his motion when time was called. That's why I thought he was calling timeout, but he was not. So that would be a ball then, so it's 1-2. As cutting it kind of close there. But Meyer does take a long time between pitches. 1-2. Swing and a miss, but it's a foul ball, and Imperial can't grab it on a wildly inside fastball. So, yeah, I mean, the umpire's kind of like trying to guess whether he's going to go, because Meyer takes a long time getting ready. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Again, taking a little while to get the sign, and now we go 1-2. That's high for a ball, high fastball. 2-2 on Mateo Lake. Meyer out of Placer, Mateo Lake out of Rio Americano. Stones McCoy trying to count the seconds, but he counts too fast, so it's not going to work. He's already at 71. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. Nice try by Imperial to frame that one, but it was clearly a ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Mateo Lake. DJ Scott on deck. Isola at second. Mateo Lake, a 3-ball, 2-strike count. Swinging a foul as Isola took off from second base. So it'll be 3-2 again. DJ Scott picks up the ball in the on-deck circle. And Aiden Isola goes on back to second base. Isola picked up his 24th run batted in there with that single a couple of minutes ago. 3-2 to Lake. Hit sharply down toward first and through into right field for a base hit. Here comes Isola around. He's got it. It's going to get away in right field. And Lake is rounding second. He'll make it all the way to third. Can't pick it up in right field. They might send him. The ball comes in and it's cut off by Willie Tatum. So it's an RBI single for Lake. A hard grounder that got by Willie Tatum at first. Nothing Willie could do about it. Scoring is Isola. But then it was bobbled out in right field. And Lake all the way over to third. Second error for the Beavers. And here's DJ Scott. So 8-5 now in favor of the Panthers. And Scott settles in. He is hit by a pitch in the first. Reached on an error, flied out, and then was hit by a pitch again. The first batter to face Miles Meyer back in the 7th inning. That is in there for a strike, off-speed pitch. 0-1 on DJ Scott. 310 coming in today. 9 home runs, 42 runs batted in. Here's the 0-1. Check swing a little bit too high and outside. One ball, one strike on Scott. Lake over at third base. It's hit sharply down the third base line, but foul past Julian Blackwell down the left field line. So Scott will come back and do it again. Just missed an extra base hit by a couple of feet over there. 1 ball and 2 strikes on DJ Scott. Elijah Rogowski in the on-deck circle for the Panthers, who've scored twice here, and they now lead at 8-5. Swing and a miss, got him on strikes. Everybody just kind of froze for a second. 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Panthers 8, Beavers 5.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
You're listening to coverage of ARC Athletics on Stones Radio Network.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Panthers 8, Beavers 5. Aiden Imperial start us off, then Marcus Babata and Dominic Ott against Braden DeToli, the third pitcher for the Panthers. Toley with 4 strikeouts. And the first pitch is on the inside corner to Aiden Imperial, who reached on a fielder's choice, who flied to right and singled since coming in from Herford, who reached on a fielder's choice back in the second. Imperial came into the fourth, fly to right, and then singled back in the sixth. He takes that one outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike on Aiden Imperial. Beavers scored once in the second, twice in the third, and twice in the fifth. That's hit down to the first baseman, Sotomayor. He got it on a hop. He's going to throw it over to DeToli covering for the out at first base. So Imperial is out 3-1, and that will bring up Marcus Babada, who has hit fielder's choice, grounded to short, and sacrificed. So he is 0 for 2. Sacrifice back in the sixth inning. Sacrifice running to second, but Imperial is not able to make it around. So here's the left-handed left fielder. Takes high and inside for a ball, 1-0. DeToli, a sophomore out of Roseville, California. Looking for his first save of the year. Here's the pitch. It is in there for a strike. He is 2-2. 22 in the third innings on the season. That one is just a little bit down low for a ball. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Hit sharply to the left of second base. Picked up by Contreras over to first, and he got him. Nice play out there by Ruben Contreras at second base to retire Babada for the second out here in the 8th inning. Brings up the top of the order and Dominic Ott. Dominic has singled in the first, flied to left in the third, then he singled again in the fifth and scored, and then grounded to second in the 6th inning. So he is 2 for 4. Takes the first pitch low and outside for a ball, 1-0. Ryland Druck on deck. 2 outs here in the 8th. Panthers 8, the Beavers 5. High fly ball left field. Foley has a beat on it. Backs up a couple of steps, reaches up, and makes the catch for the third out. So 1-2-3 inning for the Panthers. We go to the top of the ninth. Sac City leads this one 8-5.
DJ Stones.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Top of the ninth, Panthers lead at 8-5. Beavers with another new pitcher. This time it's Christian Lucero, the sophomore from River City High School, making an appearance number 24 on the season. 1-0, 35 2/3 innings, 22 strikeouts, 7 walks, and an ERA of 5.55. He comes on to face Elijah Rogowski, then Ruben Contreras, and Levi Sotomayor. 5, 6, and 7 for the Panthers here in the ninth inning. Christian, the renowned submariner, making his final appearance of the season. I think that's safe to say. I think we can say that, yeah. He'll start it off against Elijah Rogowski, who has a fly out to right field, then a 2-run double in the third, walk in the fifth, and a ground out to third base in the seventh. Elijah came in at 292, picked up RBIs number 15 and 16 in this one, and he faces Lucero to start off the ninth inning. First pitch is in there for a strike from the right-hander, sophomore from River City High. That's chopped foul over by the dugout of the Beavers, so it's quickly 0-2 on Elijah Rogowski. Ruben Contreras to follow. That one sails, just misses that outside corner by Lucero. Nice looking pitch. Rogowski had to be wondering about that one as he watched it wind around, but it misses the outside corner, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Same pitch is lined into left center field. That's a base hit. Rogowski waited on that one. He's going to round first. He's headed for second. Barbada picks it up and throws it in and holds Rogowski in first with a leadoff single here in the ninth. So he saw the pitch once and waited for it the next time. Rogowski with his second hit of the game and 6th of the series. He's at first base with nobody out, and here is Ruben Contreras. Came on for J.T. Maloney back in the third. Had an RBI single and since then has struck out and popped out. He's showing bunt, and he lets it go by. It's outside for a ball. Freshman out of Intercom. Levi Sotomayor on deck. Showing bunt again. Here comes Blackwell at third. He bunts at it. Right back to Lucero. Christian picks it up and throws it to first base for the out, and Contreras comes through with the sacrifice bunt. Moving the runner over to second base. And that is Rogowski, and here is Levi Sotomayor, who was grounded out 3 times and struck out, so 0 for 4 for Levi on the day. The freshman from Galena High School in Reno, Nevada, left-handed hitter against the right-hander Christian Lucero. Panthers looking to get win number 18 on the year, number 10 in conference play. That first pitch is in there for a strike. Hoping that'll get them into the NorCal playoffs. Seeding, as we learned for the women, or for the softball, is going to be tomorrow morning. Perhaps it'll be the same for the men, although they're playing today. That's lined into left center field. Ott still going, reaches up. What a play by Dominic Ott in left center field. Runs that one down and robs Sotomayor of an extra base hit. Off the bat of the left-hander was slicing away from Dominic, but man, he made up a lot of ground and made an excellent catch to retire Sotomayor for the second out, and it'll bring up Tyler Hamilton. Hamilton grounded to second in the second, walked in the fourth and sixth and scored in both, and then scored after doubling to open up the 8th inning. So he is 1 for 2 and has scored 3 runs. He's got a runner out at second base and 2 outs here. First pitch sails outside for a ball. I was hoping it got a little piece at the plate before it wended its way out to the outside corner, but no such luck. 1-0. That one is a little too high. 2-0. Rogowski out at second base. He opened the inning with a single, was sacrificed over, and then Sotomayor retired on a fine running catch by Dominic Ott in center field. And now we're 2-0 on Hamilton. Swing and a miss. Took a lot off that one. He didn't take something off. He took most of it off. And it is 2 balls and 1 strike now on Hamilton. Nolan Berry, the catcher, the number 9 hitter on deck. 2-1 pitch misses the inside corner. 3 balls and 1 strike. Blackwell guarding the line down at third base. Three 3-1 pitch from Lucero. Hit high to left field. Moving over is Babada. Did he make the diving catch? No, he did not. He pops out of his glove, and it's an RBI single for Tyler Hamilton. Good try out there by Marcus Babada. Just couldn't get in on that. That was a sinking line drive out there. As, again, Hamilton waited on that one and had a good cut at it. And here's Nolan Berry, who has walked, singled, sacrificed, and struck out. Trying to sacrifice. So 9-5 now in favor of the Panthers. That is outside for a ball. 1-0 on Nolan Berry. Aiden Isola to follow, the top of the order. Hamilton picks up RBI number 15 on the season. That swung on and missed. Again, Lucero pulled the string on that one, and Nolan swung out of his shoes. And he will get back, put his shoes back on, and be back in the batter's box. 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss again, so it's 1-2. Hamilton with 6 hits and 3 runs batted in this series. He is down at first base after the RBI single and has a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Nolan Berry. He blurbs it out to right field. That's going to get down, I think, for a base hit in front of Diaz. Picks it up, throws, and the throw is going to go all the way over to third. He is safe, and moving into second base is Nolan Berry. Hamilton goes around to third. The ball was thrown through to third base, and so Berry takes advantage of that, moves to second. And that'll bring up Aiden Isola, who the last 2 times up has had RBI singles. Two for 5 for Aiden so far in this one. A couple of runs batted in, so he's hitting .317 and has 24 runs batted in. 2 more runners on base right now, as it is 9-5. Isola hits that one down to Willie Tatum at first. Tatum has it. Takes his time, goes over and steps on the bag at first base for the out. So 1 run, 3 hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Panthers 9, Beavers 5.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We love to see you.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. Personally, the most rewarding part is about eating it. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Now, back with the play-by-play right here on Stones Radio Networks.
Going to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is 9-5 in favor of the Panthers. Braden DeToli is still out on the mound, I believe. No one has informed me of any change, so I'm going to take that. Oh, wait a minute. Now Stones McCoy is going, yeah, I think you're right. It is Braden DeToli still, number 35. He has been very impressive so far. Came on in the 7th inning. He has struck out 3 in the 2 innings he's pitched and given up just the 1 hit. He's being backstopped by Brady Routon out there in the bullpen in case of emergency, but it'll start off with Ryland Druck for the Beavers. Fly out, walk, sacrifice, and strikeout for Ryland. So he's 0 for 2 in this one. First pitch is right down the middle for a strike on 1. 4 for the Panthers in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 6th, 2 in the 8th, and 1 in the 9th. They lead at 9-5. That's popped up. Going to be in foul territory, but in play, giving chase is Nolan Berry, and he can't make the play. And a sliding try by Berry. Sotomayor came over as well, but equally placed between the two, and neither could get to it. So Druck will have another chance here. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Riley. Played a lot of second base for the Beavers here this year, the freshman out of Roseville. Came in at .232 with 11 runs batted in. Got a 1 ball, 2 strike count here. Inside fastball, 2-2 on Ryland Druck. struck. Then Julian Blackwell and Tyler Moore, 2, 3, and 4. The Beavers here in the ninth. Struck takes on the outside corner. Call strike 3. One out here in the ninth inning, and here's Julian Blackwell. Kind of a very uneventful, undramatic strike 3 call. Kind of called it, and the batter just kind of looked around, and the catcher just looked around, and nobody really knew what to do. Here's Blackwell. Grounded out, singled, doubled, and struck out. Check swing, I think he went around. He did. It is strike 1 on Julian Blackwell. Came in at 234 with 8 RBIs. Picked up a run, batted in back in the 5th on a double. So he has 9 now. And a couple of hits today. Takes that one down low, so it's 1 ball and 1 strike. A win gives the Panthers 10 conference wins and 18 wins overall. Here's the 1-1 to Blackwell. Julian hits it high in the air to right center field. Giving chase out there is Scott. Still giving chase. Reaches up, and he's got it in right center field. So Blackwell hit it well, but DJ Scott got it in right center field. 2 outs. That brings it all down to Tyler Moore, today's DH. Tyler just 6 at-bats in the season so far coming into today, but he singled and scored in the second, had an RBI ground out in the third, singled again in the 5th, and reached on an error in the 7th. So he's got a couple hits, he's got an RBI, and he's been on base 3 times. Hits that one out toward right center field. Scott's on the move again, still on the move, and a diving try in right field, and he didn't get it. It's down there, and it's a double for Tyler Moore, and they found themselves a DH on the last day of the season as Moore gets his 3rd hit of the game. He's on base for the 4th time as he doubles to right center field. Tremendous try by Mateo Lake out in right field. Almost had that one, but couldn't get it, and that will bring up Jonas Diaz. So Tyler Moore, 1 for 6 on the season, and he's got 3 hits today. So he's going to, in the season, a pretty impressive batting average. Came in at 166, he's going to end up at 450 or something like that. Got to use this guy more often. When's the next game? Okay, February. Okay, good deal. First pitch is inside for a ball to Jonas Diaz, who's struck out, walked, flied out, and walked again. So he's 0 for 2. A couple of base on balls for the freshman out of Folsom. That's Sales outside. So it is 2 balls and no strikes. Checks a runner at second base. Fouled back to the screen by Jonas Diaz, who had a really nice cut at that one. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs. Willie Tatum to follow if Jonas can keep it going for the Beavers here in the 9th. 2-out double by Tyler Moore puts him at second base. That's fouled back to the screen again. 2-2, so it comes down to 1 strike for the Beavers here. 2-2 on Jonas Diaz. Braden DeToli working his 4th inning for the Panthers. That's fouled at the plate by Jonas Diaz. Just 2 hits allowed by DeToli over those 4 innings. Struck out 5. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Diaz waits. Outside for a ball. Throw back to second base, and diving back in is Tyler Moore. He barely got back in. He was wandering off second base because he thought that was the last out of the inning or something, because he was just wandering out there, and Barry guns it down to Rogowski at second base, and Moore just barely gets back in. I can't blame him. He's been on base a lot. Doesn't know what it's like out there. Been on base a lot today. but not before today. Full count, Jonas Diaz. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's the ball game and the season. Final score in this one, Sac City 9, American River College 5. We're going to come back with a little bit of a recap right after this on the Stones Radio Networks.
DJ Stones.
Now back to the booth right here on Stones Radio Network.
Final score in this one, Panthers 9, Beavers 5. Just wanted to take this opportunity on behalf of myself, the Phantom, and Stones McCoy to thank everybody who's followed American River College Athletics on YouTube over this past not only baseball season, but all year, Stones, all the way from last August, like you talked about before. We really appreciate it. We want you to subscribe to American River College Athletics on YouTube. Also, subscribe to Stones Radio Networks, and you can pick up more action from the Stones Radio Networks, like the Lincoln Potters.
Absolutely, and we are just chomping at the bit to get back here. I mean,
Absolutely,
it's late August. So how many months is that from now?
I don't know. When's
Like
the first
4 months.
soccer game?
Let's
Drop
go.
the ball. Let's get on the pitch. Let's do it. Anyway, thanks to everybody. Please subscribe and join our ARC YouTube community. We'd like you to be a part of it. And until next year, for Stones McCoy and myself, Mark the Phantom Lowe, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.